Are you struggling with persistent bloating, gas, or unpredictable digestion? Do you wake up feeling as though a heavy truck ran over you during the night, carrying an uncomfortable tightness in your abdomen that does not even go away after drinking a simple glass of water? Perhaps you also battle with a persistent brain fog that makes it nearly impossible to focus on basic daily tasks at work or at home. Most people naturally attribute these frustrating physical issues to chronic fatigue, daily stress, or the exhausting, fast-paced nature of modern life. You might buy yet another bottle of costly synthetic vitamins or try restrictive diets, only to find that the uncomfortable abdominal distension, intense sugar cravings, and recurring fungal issues return again and again. What if the real cause is not simply your age or lack of sleep, but invisible microscopic inhabitants holding a disruptive party inside your digestive tract? What if you could begin addressing this issue with just a small pinch of a potent, scientifically backed herbal remedy that might already be sitting forgotten in your kitchen pantry? When people experience chronic digestive distress, they frequently fall victim to popular internet trends. Social media feeds are flooded with aggressive cleanses, extreme juice fasts, and promises that a quick commercial detox will flush out unwanted invaders. The parasite cleanse trend. Why common detoxes often fail to address the real root cause of your symptoms becomes obvious when you examine how these commercial products actually operate inside the human body. Many over-the-counter cleanses rely on harsh laxatives that force rapid bowel movements. While this might create a temporary feeling of emptiness, it merely sweeps away superficial surface waste without altering the underlying internal environment. These harsh cleanses fail to reach the deep layers of the gut lining where microscopic organisms thrive, and they completely ignore the fragile ecosystem of your microbiome. Instead of curing the problem, harsh cleanses often leave your digestive tract irritated, inflamed, and even more vulnerable to opportunistic infections than before. To achieve lasting digestive health, it is essential to look past dramatic social media claims and focus on clinical realities. Understanding SIBO and Candida overgrowth as more likely culprits than intestinal worms provides a far more accurate foundation for genuine recovery. While large intestinal worms certainly exist and affect human populations globally, the vast majority of chronic bloating, gas, and unpredictable bowel habits in modern developed societies stem from imbalance among microorganisms, namely bacteria and fungi. Small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, commonly known as SIBO, occurs when bacteria that properly belong in the large intestine migrate upward into the sensitive small intestine. There, they ferment unabsorbed carbohydrates, producing excessive hydrogen or methane gases that stretch the intestinal walls. Simultaneously, Candida albicans, a naturally occurring yeast, can transform into an aggressive fungal form when given the opportunity, multiplying out of control throughout the digestive tract and causing widespread systemic distress. Recognizing the subtle warning signs of this internal dysbiosis is the crucial first step toward reclaiming your health. Identifying signs of gut imbalance such as brain fog, intense sugar cravings, and chronic fatigue helps connect seemingly unrelated symptoms into a coherent picture of health. When yeast organisms like Candida overgrow, they produce metabolic byproducts such as acetaldehyde, a toxic compound that enters the bloodstream and creates. Are you struggling with persistent bloating, gas, or unpredictable digestion? You wake up feeling as though a heavy weight is pressing down on your abdomen, and even a single glass of water seems to trigger uncomfortable distension. Brain fog clouds your concentration at work, an unbearable craving for sugar strikes every afternoon, and recurring fungal issues leave you feeling completely exhausted. It is easy to write off these symptoms as the unavoidable consequences of stress, aging, or a demanding lifestyle. You might buy extra vitamins, try restrictive diets, or push through the fatigue, only for the bloating and distress to return. What if the real issue is not severe exhaustion, but an imbalance among the microscopic inhabitants in your digestive tract? When digestion falls out of sync, the morning routine becomes a struggle. You find yourself checking whether your trousers fit comfortably around your waist, only to discover that your stomach feels tight and swollen by midday. As you navigate busy schedules, manage family demands, and grab quick meals on the go, your energy drains away. Strange skin flare-ups, unexplainable itchiness, or persistent thrush appear, refusing to clear up despite standard pharmacy remedies. Medical checkups and basic lab tests often come back within normal ranges, leaving you with vague advice to lower your stress levels and rest more. Yet resting is difficult when your internal environment feels constantly disrupted. The popular parasite cleanse trend. Why common detoxes often fail to address the real root cause of your symptoms. Modern wellness trends frequently blame every digestive issue on intestinal worms or exotic parasites, promoting harsh protocols, extreme flushes, or aggressive cleanses. While parasitic infections do occur, these blanket detoxes often fail because they target the wrong problem while causing unnecessary stress to the gastrointestinal tract. Intestinal worms are rarely the primary cause of daily bloating, brain fog, and chronic fatigue in the majority of adults. By focusing entirely on dramatic parasite protocols, many people miss the true physiological drivers of their distress and end up aggravating their digestive lining further. Understanding SIBO and Candida overgrowth as more likely culprits than intestinal worms. In reality, the most frequent drivers of chronic bloating, irregular bowel habits, and post-meal discomfort are small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIBO, and Candida albicans overgrowth. The human gut is a complex ecosystem home to trillions of microorganisms. Under healthy conditions, the vast majority of bacteria reside safely in the large intestine, while the small intestine maintains a relatively low microbial population. However, when gut motility slows down, or when chronic stress and poor dietary choices take a toll, bacteria migrate upward into the small intestine, leading to SIBO. Similarly, opportunistic yeasts like Candida, which normally exist peacefully in small numbers, can proliferate rapidly. Instead of large intestinal parasites, it is usually this displaced bacteria and overgrown yeast fermenting your food prematurely, creating excessive gas, inflammation, and digestive disruption. Identifying signs of gut imbalance such as brain fog, intense sugar cravings, and chronic fatigue. When SIBO or Candida takes hold, the symptoms extend far beyond basic stomach discomfort. As Candida fungi multiply, they consume simple sugars and secrete metabolic byproducts that directly affect your nervous system and metabolism. These chemical signals travel up the gut-brain axis, triggering intense, almost uncontrollable cravings for refined carbohydrates, sweets, and bread. At the same time, microbial metabolites enter the bloodstream, contributing to persistent brain fog, poor memory retention, and a constant state of low energy. Rather than absorbing essential vitamins, minerals, and micronutrients from your food, your body ends up competing with an overgrown microbial population, leaving you feeling chronically fatigued regardless of how many hours you sleep. The biofilm barrier. How bacteria and fungi build protective shields to resist your immune system. One of the main reasons standard antimicrobial herbs or conventional treatments fail to provide lasting relief is the formation of biofilms. Pathogenic bacteria and fungi do not simply float freely within the digestive tract. They organize into complex communities and secrete a sticky matrix composed of polysaccharides, proteins, and DNA. This matrix forms a physical shield, a biofilm barrier that coats the intestinal walls. Protected beneath this shield, microbes become up to 1,000 times more resistant to your body's immune defenses, natural remedies, and standard pharmaceutical interventions. As long as these biofilms remain intact, temporary treatments may reduce symptoms briefly, but the underlying imbalance swiftly returns as soon as the regimen stops. Introducing Nigella Sativa black cumin as a powerful scientifically backed tool for gut recovery. To effectively clear unwanted microbes and break down these defensive barriers, nature offers a remarkably potent solution. Nigella sativa, commonly known as black seed or black cumin. Used for centuries in traditional herbal medicine, black cumin has gained significant attention in modern scientific research for its broad-spectrum antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and immunomodulatory properties. Unlike aggressive synthetic compounds that indiscriminately strip the digestive tract, black cumin works intelligently to restore balance, target opportunistic pathogens, and support the natural integrity of the gut lining without disrupting overall health. How active compounds like thymoquinone dismantle biofilms and target pathogens. The remarkable therapeutic power of black cumin stems primarily from its active bioactive compounds, most notably thymoquinone, thymohydroquinone, and thymol. Thymoquinone is a phytochemical with powerful biological activities. Scientific investigations demonstrate that thymoquinone actively penetrates and dismantles stubborn bacterial and fungal biofilms. By breaking down this protective matrix, it exposes underlying pathogens like Candida albicans and SIBO-related bacteria to the immune system. Furthermore, thymoquinone disrupts the cell membrane integrity of target pathogens, inhibiting their ability to replicate while preserving the beneficial microbial species required for optimal digestion, boosting digestive efficiency by stimulating bile flow and the synthesis of essential enzymes. Beyond its direct antimicrobial action, Nigella sativa addresses the root mechanical causes of SIBO and digestive sluggishness. Effective digestion relies heavily on adequate stomach acid, robust pancreatic enzyme production, and proper bile flow from the liver and gallbladder. Bile acts as a natural internal antiseptic. It emulsifies fats, regulates microbial growth in the small intestine, and stimulates healthy peristalsis to keep food moving along the digestive tract. Black cumin seeds stimulate the secretion of bile and activate essential digestive enzymes. By improving bile flow and accelerating transit time, black cumin prevents food from stagnating in the small intestine, eliminating the environment where SIBO thrives and reducing gas, fermentation, and heavy post-meal bloating. Clinical insights into how black cumin targets pathogens and inhibits the development of their eggs. Researchers examining the pharmacological profile of Nigella sativa have highlighted its versatile action against a wide range of gastrointestinal threats. Clinical and preclinical studies reveal that black cumin extracts exhibit potent antifungal action against various Candida strains and antibacterial activity against both gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Moreover, in cases where microscopic parasitic organisms or helminths are present, black cumin demonstrates significant anthelmintic effects. Its active components not only affect mature organisms but also inhibit the viable development of eggs and larvae, preventing the cycle of reinfection and offering a comprehensive layer of protection for the intestinal ecosystem. Practical ways to integrate a pinch of health into your daily meals as a versatile spice. Incorporating black cumin into your routine does not require complicated protocols or harsh cleanses. Whole or freshly ground Nigella sativa seeds possess a complex aromatic flavor profile, slightly warm, peppery, with subtle herbal notes reminiscent of oregano and nutmeg. You can easily introduce a small pinch of whole seeds to warm grain dishes, sprinkle them over roasted vegetables, or blend them into savory dressings and soups. To maximize the bioaccessibility of its aromatic essential oils, it is best to lightly crush or grind whole seeds shortly before consuming them, ensuring that volatile compounds like thymoquinone are fully released into your digestive system. A DIY recipe for a gentle gut-supportive spice blend featuring black cumin, fennel, and cumin. To enhance the digestive benefits of black cumin, you can prepare a simple, highly effective spice blend at home combining 3 synergistic herbs. 2 tablespoons Nigella sativa, black cumin seeds. The foundational botanical for dismantling biofilms and targeting opportunistic yeast and bacteria. 2 tablespoons fennel seeds. Rich in anethole, fennel gently relaxes smooth muscle spasms in the gastrointestinal tract, relieving trapped gas, cramping, and acute bloating. 1 tablespoon cumin seeds. Stimulates pancreatic enzyme secretion, accelerates sluggish digestion, and adds a rich, grounding flavor. Instructions: lightly toast the whole seeds in a dry skillet over low heat for 1 to 2 minutes until fragrant, taking care not to burn them. Allow them to cool completely, then grind them coarsely using a manual mortar and pestle or a dedicated spice grinder. Store the mixture in an airtight glass jar away from direct sunlight. Take half a teaspoon of this freshly ground blend once or twice daily, stirred into warm water, mixed with a spoonful of cold-pressed olive oil, or sprinkled over a warm, gentle meal. Essential safety guidelines on proper dosage and contraindications for pregnancy or acute GI flare-ups. While Nigella sativa is a safe and natural culinary spice, its therapeutic use requires mindfulness and proper dosage. Start with a modest amount, about 1/4 to half a teaspoon of ground seeds daily, and observe how your body responds before gradually increasing. Because black cumin stimulates uterine smooth muscle contractions and can influence hormone balance, concentrated therapeutic doses are strictly contraindicated during pregnancy. Individuals suffering from acute gastrointestinal flare-ups, such as active peptic ulcers, severe erosive gastritis, or acute inflammatory bowel disease flare-ups, should avoid spicy or volatile aromatic compounds until the acute mucosal inflammation has healed. Additionally, because black cumin may slightly lower blood sugar and blood pressure, those taking medication for diabetes or hypertension should monitor their levels and consult a healthcare provider. Taking a gentle, natural approach to achieving a flatter stomach and lasting gut comfort. Achieving a calm digestive system, a flatter stomach and sustained energy does not require drastic measures, restrictive fasts, or aggressive chemical purges. Sustainable health stems from working with your body's natural physiology rather than against it. By addressing internal microbial imbalances, breaking down protective biofilms, and boosting natural enzyme production with time-tested tools like black cumin, you provide your digestive system with the exact support it needs to heal. A simple, consistent daily ritual anchored by a pinch of therapeutic spices can unlock lasting comfort, clarity, and digestive vitality.